name it all. Like flowers, your veggies need sun, water, and nutrition. Where you live, the climate, rainfall, and soil will help determine what will grow best. Please consult our growing charts to learn more. Raised garden beds using soil you mix yourself are a great way to ensure healthy, all-natural veggies. From lettuce, spinach, and kale to tomatoes, peas, and beans. In the front of our garden where we were growing radishes earlier in the spring, I planted carrots. And these are dwarf carrot, and some of these might be ready for harvest in here. You could pull up a few of them, just pull them up as we need them through the season. And it might get a little bit larger than that, but this is a dwarf variety, so they get about yay big. So I'll probably keep these in before I really start harvesting them, you know, for another couple weeks, and then I'll pull them out as I need them. Our salad inside here, we're still doing some harvesting, but you know, it's hot now, it's the summer. You're going to get this melting out that occurs after heavy rains where it's matting down. You know, but it's still happening. I'm still doing some harvesting, so I'll just kind of let that happen. And then what I'm going to do, you know, it's mid-July now, towards the end of August, I'm going to start, you know, my next crop of lettuce and spinach, and I'm going to grow right through the fall. And when it gets really cold, I'm going to take off our veggie wall and animal barrier, and I'm going to put our greenhouses on top and extend the season, you know, for another 4 to 8 weeks past what you would normally be able to grow. Make sure you have enough room for a trellis for vertical growing veggies like cucumbers, squash, peas, and tomatoes. This garden over here actually gets very limited amount of sun, but you'll see, because we really have given the soil a lot of nutrients, which is hoping to subsidize for that lack of sun, we have tomatoes growing up here, nice cherry tomatoes that are working, squash that are coming, and these are plants that, you know, need sun, but it gets a limited amount of sun. It probably only gets about 4 hours max. We even have cucumbers, and these are Chinese cucumbers that will be longer, and they're just all starting to happen right now, growing up the trellis. And it took a little bit extra time because of the lack of sun, but it's, you know, it's producing. This garden is our bean garden. We don't get a ton of sun over here as well, but beans will do okay if you have, you know, some decent shade here. So we have bush beans with these little plants over here, and then we have the pole beans that are growing up the trellis over here. And you know, they're just starting to happen over here, you know, growing up here. These are all nice fresh vines. And we're, you know, over here, this one is maturing a little bit quicker. We even got beans starting to happen. And this will just continue to produce beans through the summer. You know, as our other garden, we've really tried to, with all raised gardens, try to really enrich the soil the best we can, especially if we're in challenging situations like low light. We want to make that soil that much better to retain moisture, have the nutrients, and that will help to subsidize a little bit for the lack of sun that we're going to get.